also been organising it as well as people around the country. And our message is pretty clear: the genocide in Gaza needs to come to an end, and our government has a big role to play to make it happen. And when you invite us politicians to speak, the way I see it is our duty to not just take the voices from the ground into the halls of power, but to report back on what we've been doing week after week when Parliament is sitting. And so I know that we were here last week, Parliament hasn't sat throughout the week, but one of the key things that we've been fighting for over the past month has been to grant the humanitarian visas to enable safe passage for Palestinians to Aotearoa, and we've been putting those questions to the immigration minister. And we're planning to also find avenues to ensure that the New Zealand government actually fulfills its obligations to report back to Parliament around what they're doing to prevent a genocide from happening. And we have avenues available, we have select committees available where the government can report back to Parliament about the steps that it has taken. Because enough is enough from the empty platitudes and concerns of the Foreign Affairs Minister. We need action, not just words of soft condemnation. And when we are seeing aid workers who literally, on the theme of starvation, when aid workers themselves are being targeted, we know that our government has to play a stronger role to ensure that people do not starve. And so together, in the same way that you've already changed the positions, and I said this last time, in the same way you together and only through your people power have changed the positions of politicians, we will ensure that the government is clear about the need for an immediate ceasefire. No ifs, no buts, no prefacing the call for a ceasefire with a bunch of conditions, an unconditional ceasefire to save lives. And finally, I want to pay a tribute to the people of Yemen, because if we're going to talk about starvation, we need to acknowledge that the people of Yemen have been facing starvation for quite some time now. And actually, they've been the ones leading solidarity and direct action movements to put a spotlight on what is happening on Palestine. And the people of Yemen deserve justice too, and they've been showing that without heaps of resources, you can still take meaningful actions to support Palestinian people. So whether it's in Yemen, in Sudan, in Palestine, around the world, it has been said today, we need to stand up against colonial imperialism, whether it's here in Aotearoa and throughout the world, and together, only together for people power, we will make it happen. Kia ora.